Hello everyone and welcome to WWE's F Factor and welcome to the preview of Bound for Glory. Now before I get to that, I want to bring up something real quick. Yesterday was UFC 153 and today's Bound for Glory. Guess how many people are going to buy both of them? Not too many. I don't know why Bound for Glory is now when there's a lot more fans for UFC. They should have waited until next week. But hell, we got the pay-per-view tonight. So here's the card. It's a triple threat tag team match. Kurt Angle, AJ Styles versus Chavo Guerrero and Hernandez versus the tag team champions Kazarian and Christopher Daniels. Now I think this match is going to start off the show because it's exciting. It just looks exciting. They need to start off the show with a bang, and this is the way to do it. I think Chavo Guerrero and Hernandez are going to get over here, and they're going to win the titles just because they need it, and not everybody else does. Next, we're going to have RVD versus Zema Ion. Zema Ion is definitely going to win this. This is basically a filler match just because they wanted RVD on the card and they wanted the X Division champion on the card. But definitely Zema Ion goes over here. And, hopefully they get a good program for him in the coming weeks because, a last-second match for the biggest pay-per-view of the year for TNA, and that's not good for him. Next, I think it's going to be Joey Ryan versus Al Snow for his contract. And I think Joey Ryan's going to win because this guy's good. I like him. He's a star. He's going to be a star pretty soon. And I like him. And the match, I don't know how it's going to go down. Al Snow, maybe he might be good in the ring still. It's been a while since he's been in the ring. So hopefully he does good. And hopefully the match is good. Next, I think we're going to have James Storm versus Robert Roode and King Mo as special guest enforcer or referee. I think Roode's gonna win this one. Even though Storm needs it, because they already had a whole bunch of matches and Roode won. But I think Storm might win this because of King Mo, and he's just gonna turn heel because it's a lot easier to get crowd reaction when you're heel than when you're face. And King Mo, he could get heel reaction if he just backstabs Storm. And Roode could go on and do something else, and Storm could go feud with King Mo. And, that's a shame because I really don't want this to be all about King Mo. But, the way TNA is using him right now, I think it just might. But if it's not about King Mo, I think James Storm will go over here and get his win over Robert Roode finally. Next, we're going to have Samoa Joe versus Magnus for the TV title. And this has been coming, this is, they've been building on this for a while now. And I think Magnus is going to win this because he needs the title. And he has better mic work than Joe. Oh, not that much, but they can have a better feud if Magnus is the champion and Joe is going after him and Magnus just keeps running away. I think that'll be a better feud. They did just, throw this at us out of nowhere with no heads up, but it should be a really good match. Joe can go in the ring like a madman, and Magnus is pretty good in the ring, and it should be very freaking entertaining. All right, next we're gonna have. I think it's gonna be Sting and Bully Ray versus Aces and Eights. All right, now I don't think this is gonna be the main event because I think Sting and Bully Ray are gonna win. Now maybe not necessarily with Bully Ray, but I think Sting is gonna get the win, and Bully Ray is gonna try to betray him, and Abyss might show up. I read some stories of Abyss showing up, because they got Joseph Parks or whatever. Eric Bischoff might show up because I think that's who's running the whole thing. Maybe Jeff Jarrett. People are saying this match is way out there. You really can't predict what's gonna happen until you watch it. Bully Ray might turn heel, might not. Well, he is a heel, but he is getting a really loud crowd reaction. Hopefully they'll turn him face because he can definitely be the biggest face in TNA if they turn him. And, after that, we're definitely going to need a cool down. So we're going to have Tera versus Tessmacher, Miss Tessmacher, for the Women's Championship. And maybe Tera might win. Maybe Tessmacher might win. By the end of TNA last week, Miss Tessmacher went over. And if they're anything like WWE, you go over on the show and the other person goes over on the pay-per-view. So maybe Tera might win. I'm going with Tera. And finally, we got Jeff Hardy versus Austin Aries. Now, there's a lot of reports on Jeff Hardy is leaving TNA pretty soon and heading back over to WWE. And, I'm one of those people that's hoping it does happen. And for TNA, that'll be very, very, very bad for business. So they want to keep Jeff Hardy happy, then they got to give him the title. They got to give him they're working on a new entrance, a new song, and everything for him. So I think the title's going to go to him, and that sucks because of that. And, you know, if Jeff Hardy was never leaving, they probably would have kept it on Austin Aries, just because Austin Aries is awesome. He has great mic work, great in-ring stuff. Where they're going with Austin Aries after this? Hopefully they'll give him a rematch. And after that, they probably give him another rematch and probably maybe give it back to him. But I don't know. Austin Aries is awesome, but Jeff Hardy makes more money for TNA, and that's why they need to keep him happy. So, that's the preview of the show. I hope you enjoy the preview. Leave a like if you like this preview. Leave a comment letting me know what you think is going to happen in the show. Subscribe up above. The review is coming out after the show, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching.